Morning, folks. I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters in the Pathfinder School, back out here at the Pathfinder Outdoor Kitchen. You can see I'm a little bit damp today. I've been out actually working on some navigation stuff. We have a navigation intensive class starting here on Friday. Again, this is the Pathfinder School owned by Self-Reliance Outfitters. So this kitchen is an outfitter style kitchen. We feed our instructors at every course. Thanks, Don. We feed our instructors at every course, and we also feed students at some of the courses as well. And we teach outdoor cooking here, as well as processing game and things like that. So if you're, Zon, quit it. So if you're interested in those type classes, learning to cook in an outdoor environment, on an open fire, on a camp stove, on charcoal, things like that, we teach that here at the school, and you can look those classes up. We also have classes that are dedicated to nothing but cooking wild game over the fire. We only hold that class once a year, but it's still open for enrollment right now. I think it's in November. You can check that on our website as well. What we're going to do this morning is we're going to make what's called Scotch eggs. And this recipe goes back to about 1738 from the research I've seen, back to England. It's a very simple recipe. And if you are waking up in the morning and you're making morning coffee, you can actually boil a few eggs in that coffee while you're making your coffee, because eggshells have been added to coffee for a couple hundred years. Zon, that is not a scratching post, buddy. Eggshells have been added to coffee for a couple hundred years to take away some of the acidity or the bite away from your coffee, because the eggshells work in conjunction with the alkali in the water to kind of neutralize some of that. So if you're making coffee anyway, you're making a big pot, you can boil 4, 5, 6 eggs in there if you want to, and have hard-boiled eggs that you can eat raw, or you can make a recipe, eat as is, I should say, eat just boiled, or eat in a recipe that we're going to make today with the Scotch eggs. Now, very simple ingredients for this. Things that you would probably have around a longer term camp or even a weekend camping with your family. Salt, pepper, flour. And you can use cornmeal, or you could use something simple like corn flakes. And we use corn flakes today for our final dip or final surrounding coating on this. And then we need some oil to be able to fry them in. So we're going to walk through the process today. Stay with me, guys. Here we go. All right, a couple things we need to do here to get this ready. We got 4 eggs here. We got 2 eggs here that aren't hard boiled, and we're going to use these for egg wash. So we're going to break them up in the smaller dish here, just like that. Oh, you got a piece of shell in there. Shell attracts shell. See you later. All right, good there. We'll whisk these eggs up really good. Smash these yolks up and whisk them up really good. And we'll set these aside for a minute. So what we have is we have 2 eggs. We have 1 cup of flour and 1 cup of ground corn flakes. What we're going to do is, to the flour here, we're going to add a little bit of seasoning. We're going to put some seasoned salt in here. And along with that seasoned salt, we're going to put some seasoned ground peppers in here. These will be red pepper, black pepper mixed together. It's called seasoned pepper by Lowry's. Now we're going to whisk that up. Okay, if you're going to ask me 2 knives I prefer in an outdoor kitchen, I would say one of them is this Mora stainless steel companion, and the other is this Victorinox folding and locking paring knife. This one's really good to just stick in your pocket, and this one's great. You can just stick it on a pocket, stick it on your belt, stick it on your bib. Anywhere you can stick it, it'll work. It's got a hole here, slotted hole in it for a button if you're wearing overalls. Just a great overall knife, and it works good in the kitchen. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to, first of all, we're going to cut this sausage open on one end, just like this. And I'm wiping it off with a bleached towel. The towel has been dipped in bleach water. And now we're going to take enough of this out of here. We'll go ahead and use this end portion as well. We're going to take enough of this out of here to pat it flat in our hand and make pretty much a large patty out of it that's fairly thin. What we're looking to get here is something that's large enough to wrap an egg in, but not too thin. So we got to look at that too. If we need a little bit more sausage, we can get it. Just pat that out. And you can do it on a surface if you want to, but I find that sausage kind of sticks to things pretty bad, take that boiled egg and put it inside there. And you want to wrap that thing all the way up so that your sausage is connected in there, just like this. And you basically just have a sausage ball with an egg inside of it. Then you can set that aside for a minute. Give our oil a quick check here while we're heating that up. We're at about 260, we need to be about 375. Got a ways to go on that yet, but she's creeping right up there. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna flour, egg, cornflakes. So we're gonna take these, we're gonna put them in the flour here, and we're gonna roll them around the flour. They're wet, so they're gonna attract that flour. And that's going to help us hold on to that egg wash better. So we're gonna roll that around the flour and get it good and coated. And then shake off any excess, and then we're gonna roll that around in the egg wash. And get egg wash on that real good. It's gonna get slippery. Fair warning on that. Now I would use one hand for this and one hand for the cornflakes. Because now you're gonna come in here and get your cornflakes on. Get that thing coated really, really good with the cornflakes. And then set it aside. Just like that. All right, the next step is to get these dudes on the boil. We'll put 2 of them in there at a time. Frying up. And we're just gonna fry them dudes till they're golden brown. All right, looking pretty good now. Probably pretty close to being done. We'll give them about another minute, just to be sure that sausage is cooked good. All right, guys, I gave you a close-up on this Scotch egg when I cut it open because I wanted you to see what this thing looks like when it's made proper. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a chunk of this and I'm gonna eat it with no hot sauce on it, just to kind of see what it tastes like on its own. Oh man, woo, it's hot. Man, huh. That thing is freaking awesome. I bought spicy sauces and we put some pepper in with our flour, if you remember right. So it's definitely got some kick to it, but it's awesome. Probably could eat that with no Cholula on it whatsoever, but hey, I'm a glutton for punishment. So we're gonna try it anyway. Put a little Cholula on there. Wow. Woo, fun. Golly. That's so good. Man. I can't even tell you how good that is. That's going to be a great filling breakfast. You got your eggs, you got your sausage, you got some breading on there, all in one shot. Whoever the guy was that invented this, genius. Nice cup of coffee to go with it. Man, oh man. Wow. Well, guys, listen, I'm going to finish off the other half of this bad boy and probably that one too. Zon's already had the remainder of the egg wash. He had the remainder of the sausage. So he's fat and happy somewhere, not even around right now. But we appreciate you joining us for this video today. I appreciate your views and I appreciate your support. I appreciate everything you do for our school, for our family, for our business, for all of our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends. And I'll be back to another video in this series as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.